Good morning. Happy Thursday to you. This is your girl, Coach O, the founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, where I help you to build unshakable confidence. I help you to stop procrastinating and to get your dreams out of your head into your life. Good morning, Pastor Jeffrey. Thank you so much for joining. God is so good, and He is truly so worthy to be praised. Good morning, Shanti. Thank you so much for joining. We are going to get started here. I'm going to invite just a few people real fast, and if you can, please hit the share button. If you can invite somebody, that would be super duper amazing, and I will so appreciate it if you would do that for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's get this thing started. Hold on. Okay. Yes, so I pray that you are having an amazing start to your Thursday. I pray that, this week has been truly a blessing to you, despite the things that you have had to encounter, despite the things that you have faced or even have went through, that you come to recognize that life is still worth the living, because there are so many things that are going on in our world. So many things are happening in our world, in our cities, in our states, in our country, and around the world. There are a lot of things that are going on. And so I know that, whatever it is that I may encounter, that I still thank and praise God. I know, and I'm getting into my message, but day before yesterday, I had a big limb fell on the top of my house, and it shook my house so bad, and I didn't know what it was until yesterday morning. But I thank God that, that it didn't come all the way through the house. I just thank God, because it could have been worse than what it was. And so, I don't take anything lightly. All that God does for me, I don't take anything lightly. Nothing big, nothing small. I take nothing for granted, because I know that it could be different. I know that it could be worse. And I know that He could do nothing for me, because He don't have to. I don't deserve it, but He does it anyway, and I thank Him for it. So you see what the title of this live feed is. And I forgot what I put in there. But anyway, I'm going to say what's on my heart. We have to heal before we fly. We have to heal before we fly. And what I mean by that, I see where a lot of women, especially women, because I deal with a lot of women, and I see a lot of women, and I read about a lot of women. But a lot of women, they put up with things that they don't deserve. And the reason that they put up with things that they don't deserve, because they have been hurt in the past, and they have not allowed themselves to heal before being before entering into other relationships. And all of them are not romantic relationships. Some of them are, they haven't allowed themselves to heal, in a new friendship. They haven't allowed themselves to heal in a new partnership. We just jump into things because we say we're bored and we're lonely. And we think that if we get with other people, when we go to other places, we feel like when we get in other relationships, that would fix all of our problems. But that don't fix all of our problems. I'm going to tell you what that does. What that does, that brings a problem into a relationship from the very beginning. That brings extra energy into a relationship that haven't even developed. When we go into relationships hurt, Good morning, Shakita. Thank you so much for joining. When we enter into relationships and partnerships, business relationship, romantic relationships, when we enter into those relationships and we are hurt and we are not healed, we just go in with problems from the jump start. And then we will find ourselves putting up with things that we don't deserve. We will find ourselves that, going along with programs that we shouldn't be going along with. We will find ourselves, continuing to bleed because we're not healing. So I am encouraging women, if your wings has been clipped, if your wings has been injured, heal before you try to fly. Heal before you try to fly. Heal before you get into another relationship. You can wait. You need to go through the healing process, because you're not only entering into a relationship where you're hurt and you're hurting other people, but you're also allowing yourself to continue to hurt and hurt and hurt, and you wonder why you feel the way you feel. We got to get to a point, and I tell kids this, we got to get to a point that in life that we don't have to be all entertained all the time. Good morning, Nikita. Thank you so much for joining. A lot of us, we enter into relationships because we say we're bored. You can find things to do, but we need to heal. That's why the word of God, it is so important. Sister circles is so important. Real friends are so important, because you need to be able to talk to people. You need to be able to talk about things that are hurting you. You need to be able to address the things that has made you feel a certain way. But when you enter into a relationship directly out of a relationship, you enter into a relationship just because you're trying to get back at the last relationship, that is doing nothing. It's like something is biting me. I'm sorry. That is doing nothing but continuing to go deeper and deeper into pain. Good morning, Robert. Thank you so much for joining. And you wonder why your new relationship is not working. He is trying to figure out what is wrong with you. He is going above and beyond, trying to accommodate you. He is loving you. He's doing everything that he knows to do, and is not working because you have some things that you have not dealt with. Good morning, Kokisha. Thank you so much for joining. It's time for us to stop. Good morning, Toshiba. Thank you so much for joining. It's time for us to stop entering into these relationships and making it so hard for the other person, because you are hurting from something that they are not even aware of. You are hurting from something that you have not even discussed with them. You have not disclosed it with them, and it's not fair. It is not fair for other people to have to deal with all of our drama that we haven't taken the time to deal with ourselves. I'm going to say that again because it is so important. It is not fair for other people to have to deal with drama that we have not taken the time to deal with ourselves. We haven't taken the time to heal. We haven't taken the time to address the things that hurts us. We haven't taken the time to know who we are, but we want other people to know who we are. We haven't accepted the person that we are. We haven't accepted the things that has happened. Good morning, Nicole. Thank you so much for joining. But we think people are supposed to understand. We think people are supposed to understand why we are the way we are, why we act the way that we act. Come on now, somebody. Thank you so much, Robert. We think that they supposed to just be sympathetic with us. They supposed to understand that we was molested and we was raped and we was abused and we was hurt and we was overlooked and we was told that we was not gonna be nothing. We think that other people are supposed to understand things that they don't know about us, but we have not accepted those things about ourselves. We have to be healed. And the only way our healing starts is getting in the word. The only way our healing is going to start is for us forgiving our past, forgiving our pain, forgiving the people that hurt us, forgiving the people that has used us. Because guess what? When we don't, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. You're going to go through that same hurt, relationship after relationship, and you add to it. Because see, when you get in relationships and you're going through some things, they begin to add to what you've already encountered. They begin to talk bad to you. They begin to tell you some more stuff that's going to hurt your feelings. Now, you're just adding different words to your vocabulary that's making you hurt even deeper. Because now they're telling you how stupid you are. Now they're telling you how crazy you are. Now they're telling you how this and that you are. You're just continuing. You need to heal that you are not continually to add to that pain. You're adding to the pain because you're saying you don't want to be alone. Good morning, Erica. Thank you so much for joining. You're adding to the pain because you don't want to address the problem. You're adding to the hurt. You are allowing yourself to continue to hurt. And I gotta say, you are allowing it because you're not healing. You're not healing. You're jumping from man to man and woman to woman and church to church and job to job and friend to friend and hater to hater. You're just jumping in from pain point to pain point to pain point to pain point. Can I say stop? Let's stop. Let's stop. It's time for us to stop. Good morning, Alicia. Thank you so much for joining. It's time for us to stop and think about how we are hurting ourselves by constantly getting involved with people when we're not ready for a relationship. We're not ready for a relationship. Invest in yourself. Invest if it's counseling that you need, if it's mentoring that you need, if it's coaching that you need. Invest in yourself. Do some meditation. Let's stop. We have to stop it. We have more control than we think. We may not have control. We may not have had control of the things that happen to us. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Camelia. Thank you so much for joining. We may not have had control over the molestation. We may not have had control over the domestic violence. We may not have had control over being raped. We may not have had control over being verbally abused. But you have control over what happened to you today. You have control over you jumping into a relationship and you know that you're still hurting. You have control over jumping into another relationship, allowing a man to abuse you and do the things that you know you didn't like. You already said what you didn't want in a relationship, but you accepted the very thing that you said you would not do anymore. Good morning, Joanne. You have to hold yourself accountable. Good morning, Sister Wilson. Thank you so much for joining. You have to hold yourself accountable, and you have to start saying that I am responsible for what I allowed to happen to me today. What happened to me as a kid, I had no control. What happened to me in that relationship, it just happened. He started talking to me a certain way. He started doing things that I didn't like, and I didn't change. But you are out of that relationship. You don't have to jump into a new relationship and allow people to treat you the same way. Women, it is time for you to heal. Men, it's time for you to heal. You don't have to put up with no mouthy woman. You are the head. The order of the Lord said the man is the head. And when we're out of order of God's order, it's not going to work anyway. You can't be the one that you gonna run the relationship talking about what you done been through and what you not gonna let nobody else do to you. You with the wrong person. If he is mistreating you like that, good morning, Nigel. Thank you so much for joining. If he is mistreating you like that, you in the wrong relationship. But you are attracting the thing that you don't want because you haven't addressed it. And that's the only thing that you know. But you deserve better. You deserve better. It is time for us to stop the press, stop the mess, and stop accepting things that we don't want because we're saying that we are bored and we're lonely. It is time for us to heal, to be delivered, to be healed, and to be set free. It is time for you to be free. It is time for you to stop trying to fly everywhere when you know your wings are not whole. Your wings are not whole. Stop trying to fly everywhere when you know that when you try to fly, you're going to fall. You haven't gave yourself time to heal. There's a healing process. We jump into relationship after relationship after relationship, and we get hurt and hurt and more hurt and more hurt, and we wonder Why? We are not giving ourselves time to stop bleeding. We're not giving ourselves time to stop bleeding. It's time for us to stop the bleeding. It's time for us to be whole, to be delivered, and to be set free. Get the help that you need. Hurt people does hurt people. And I'm going to tell you, you are not going to be able to help yourself. I know we get all confused about self-help. Sometimes self is what gets us into some of our problems. Sometimes self is the same person. Self is the one that allows us to be vulnerable, allows us to be hurt again. Because self is thinking of flesh. And anytime we try to feel in the flesh, anytime we try to heal in the flesh, we continue to hurt. Because see, we thinking that if we just get in a relationship, if we just give him our body, if we just do what he want us to do, if we just jump when he said jump, if we just go when he said go, that everything will be okay. Women, let's stop the bleeding. Let's stop making a fool out of ourselves on social media. You know that he is not good to you. You know that he is not good for you. So stop putting posts out here trying to encourage him to. Don't do that, because you're making a fool out of yourself. We are making a fool out of ourselves while we are parading about a relationship that you know is on the last leg. You know is not working in your favor. But that is not making him want you more. That is making him, he's pulling away from you more and more. Every post you put out here, every crazy post that we post, every crazy thing that we say, we think that we'll just say if our relationship good. You know it ain't no good. You ain't even got to put nothing out here. If you want to work on the relationship, work on the doggone relationship, but stop lying to yourself. Hurt people continues to let others hurt them, and they hurt themselves. Make it your exodus. Absolutely. I found that starts with me. No one else. I have to take ownership so that I can live my life. Yes. And it's not just women, it is men too. You go out in relationship after relationship with women that are using you, abusing you, taking your money and just using you for their own pleasure. Come on now, somebody. Good morning, Sister Jackson. Thank you so much. Bandages over our wounds without cleaning it properly, and air will cause infection. Yes. It's not just women, it's men too that are hurting, and they're trying to fill the gaps. They're trying to put bandages over, because for one, you know, a lot of times men, they're so macho. You know, men and their masculinity, they don't want people to know that I'm going through some stuff. You know, you have men in these days, they've been molested, they've been hurt, they've been abused, they've been mistreated, they've been told that they're not going to be nothing. They're going to be just like their father, that they'll never be nothing, they'll never amount to nothing. Men has heard some of the same crazy stuff that women has heard. But I come here to tell you that you're somebody. You are loved, and that you are somebody. And we do not have to put up with the stupid and the foolishness for us to feel like we're somebody. Because guess what? When you don't realize and recognize who you are in Christ, you would allow anybody to do anything and say anything to you, and you think that that is normal. But I come to serve you notice this morning, people. That is dysfunction. Stop walking in dysfunction and thinking that that is okay. It's not okay. It is not okay. My endeavor is to help men and women, boys and girls all around the world. I want you to be whole. I want you to be healed. I want you to be delivered, and I truly want you to be set free. I want you to know I am past my hurt, so I know exactly what you're saying. Amen. I want you to know that you are somebody. You are somebody, and you don't have to put up with any and everything because you've been hurt in the past. You don't have to put up with any and everything because you got some scars and you got some, you know, you don't have to put up with any and everything. You think in your mind that you got to put up with this because you got scars. I got scars from here. Look at here. I busted my chin open. I got scars over here. I got scars from my face down to my feet. But I am not going to put up with any and everything because I am somebody. I am the daughter of the King. I am the daughter of the one that created the heavens and the earth and everything in between. He said that I am uniquely, I am uniquely and wonderfully made. Women, men, don't put up with no any and everything because you've been in abusive relationships, because you've been molested, because you've been raped, because you've been hurt, because you've been in church hurt. You stand up for yourself. And stop jumping in relationships because you feel like you got to have somebody. You ain't got to have nobody but Jesus. Because he is the way, the truth, and the life. You ain't got to have nobody. It's a decision that we consciously make. We want somebody. We need somebody. We don't need nobody but Jesus. Heal. And let the one that was made and created just for you, let him find you. Let him find you. Let him find you. He says that when a man finds a wife, that he finds a good thing. A good thing. Let's be found, women. Men, go out and find the one that was made just for you. One that's going to love you for you. One that's going to love your past. One that's going to be able to deal with everything about you. One that you're going to be able to grow with, laugh with, have peace with, joy with, happiness with. Let's be, let's accept who we are. I got to get ready to go. So my endeavor is to help millions around the world. He has validated me when he created me and placed me in my mother's womb. Yes. So I'm just super excited. I'm still advocating for Empowering 8 members. And I pray that you have registered for the 5-day procrastination challenges. And all y'all should be on there. I ain't seen none of y'all. Y'all should be up on that thing because you're not doing what you need to be doing. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't spend nothing but them 5 days working on healing you, use those 5 days to heal on wherever you have procrastinated. If you have procrastinated on healing, if you have procrastinated on your business, if you have procrastinated in your relationship, I don't care what your procrastination is, you should be a part of this challenge. It's free. It starts October the 28th through November the 1st. It is 5 days, 20 minutes a day. If you have registered, great. I'm super excited. You will start getting the information in the next day or two. You will need to join the Facebook group. The group, I'm telling you, you will need to join the Facebook group. The group will be for the 5 days only. So you don't have to worry about it being another group that you're a part of, another group that you're a part of. The group will be live for 5 days only. After the challenge, the group is dead. The group is dead. So if you want to be a part, if you know you have procrastinated on your business, on your life, on yourself, on your relationship, on your family, if you know you are a procrastinator by nature, by trade, by desire, or design, you need to be a part of the 5-day procrastination challenges. I think I said I want to be a part of it. You did, but you did it online. You need to click the link that say enroll and fill it out. It's just your name and email and put in the box challenge 5-day C. 5-day C. 5-day C. Yes, 5-day C. And I'll also put the information at the bottom of this video. But you have an amazing Thursday. It is time for you to be healed, delivered, and set free. God bless you. Bye. If you want to be a part of Empowering 8, join. Say interested. I haven't had the 3rd one to start yet, but if I have enough people, we can do it. Bye. All right. Thank you, Camelia.